A thought and a question. Could the visible universe actually be the brain of the source of all things? Think about that. As our understanding of the universe that can be visually seen, we know this. Our brains allow us to see right there. And by the way, when you think about your brain, talking about you specifically, do you know that in all reality, you are nothing more than 20 watts of electricity? Now, having said that, how that 20 watts is generated still escapes science, theology, not philosophy. Philosophers have always had great insights that now science is acknowledging, and when the two finally merge, things will begin to happen. But back to this. So our brains allow us to see into a very narrow spectrum, albeit, but yet it does. And from that, we are front row observers into what I believe is the largest single mass of life. Think about this. We are living parts as a cell inside this brain, the universe. Imagine, for instance, these are actual cells in the human body, but when you look at this, it's actually probably the best representation to what maybe it actually is. And when I say actually is, what I mean specifically is you and I, how we are in this reality. What is our place in this reality? And how does that reality work? When you begin to observe the fact that everything is with I, as it is with each individual, and as you go through your course of this journey of life, it is your sphere that is amongst trillions of others' spheres. And you pass, and your realities intersect. Now stop and think about this for a second. Now look at yourself as to how you fit in to the universe itself. Because I contend that we are living within the living brain, which we call God. I call the universe. Think about this. This is an actual brain, human brain. I'm going to show you some comparisons that are going to be absolutely mind-blowing when you stop and consider. So regardless of what you want to call it, all evidence proves the universe is alive, which can only mean all of us exist within a much larger life form. Yes, you right now are actually living within another living organism. The picture on the left is the entire universe. The picture on the right is the synaptic pathway of the human brain. You seen anything? Look at this. Very clearly. You tell me this is a coincidence? I think not. Imagine this. There was a movie done back in the 60s called The Fantastic Voyage, where they actually shrunk people down and injected them into the human body. And the whole premise of the movie was, in fact, that when they got inside the body on what we would call today a quantum level, the brain was like the universe. Odd how that is it not? So when we look and map the universe, it has direct similarities to the neurosynaptic pathways and those thoughts, those impulses, those nerves. It's the same thing. Isn't it amazing? Folks, 5 billion people together at the same time with the same thought. If it can be that we are in fact living cells within a living brain, which we call the universe, I wonder what would happen to the rest of those synaptic pathways if we got together with 5 billion with one thought. Think about it, folks. It's the same process. It is the exact same process that goes with the human brain. Now, if we come together for 60 seconds with those synaptic pathways igniting with the same thought at the same time, I wonder how much more the rest of the living organism would pay attention. All right, folks, be kind to one another. We'll talk soon.